Are you aware that money responds like a well-trained animal and only obeys those who can invoke it with the correct vibration? When you learn to command it, it doesn't just arrive, but expands in extraordinary ways. There are invisible forces that determine how much money flows into your life and how much departs. And even toiling intensely, you may feel something hindering this energy. In 1925, Florence Scovel Shinn, a visionary master of spiritual science, revealed something revolutionary. Money doesn't respond to need but to authority. During the Great Depression, she taught everyday women to command their money, and many multiplied their income in the midst of the worst economic crisis in history. The first principle is the decree of divine multiplication. Florence taught that money is a form of aware energy that moves according to specific laws. Money reacts to the vibration of authority much more than to that of need. When you engage with money as one who begs, you repel it. When you approach it as one who commands, you draw it. Money operates like a well-trained soldier. If the commander wavers, the soldier doesn't act, but when the order is precise and resolute, money responds. In New York, Florence taught her students to command more. Each morning, facing the mirror, they will hold themselves erect, inhale profoundly, and declare, "Divine money, I command you to increase in my life now. You come to me from all possible directions because I am a flawless conduit of infinite abundance." The key was in the energy behind command, which needed to resonate as an irrevocable decree. Another vital component is healing the relationship with money. Florence said that money has energetic recall, and that our energy toward it creates imprints that decide whether it comes near or distances itself. If for years you've spoken of money through fear, resentment, or guilt, it's as if you repelled an expected guest. Most people have been invoking money with the voice of poverty and guilt. Before directing your money, Florence taught harmonizing with it. In silence, her students would say, "Dear money, forgive me for having seen you as my enemy. Today I recognize that you are divine energy wanting to manifest itself through me. I honor you, respect you, and welcome you into my life." This exercise was intense spiritual rewiring that completely changed a person's vibration. Moving forward in this direction, Florence developed the energetic operation of poverty beliefs. Beliefs about money are like invisible roots that dictate how much your prosperity can grow. You can toil diligently, but if the roots are diseased, the tree will never bear abundant fruit. No one is born with lack mentality. We inherit them from family conversations and childhood stories. Phrases like "money is dirty" or "to earn money you must suffer" install themselves in the mind as internal laws. The process began with silence, where Florence asked them to investigate. What belief about money have I adopted and still carry? Once discovered, they would say, "This belief is not mine. I release it. My mind turns clean and open to receive the divine truth about abundance." Then they would establish new beliefs such as, "I am an heir to infinite abundance," or "money flows to me effortlessly." Added to this, Florence taught the distinction between desiring and demanding. Desire arises from lack. It's seeing what you want while feeling it's far away. Demand is born from the knowledge that something already belongs to divine right. To desire is to say, "I don't have," creating more experiences of not having. To demand is to proclaim, "It's mine and I receive it now," awakening invisible forces. In this context, another principle is to generate instead of competing. Florence repeated, "Never compete for money, create it." Competing implies scarcity. Creating implies infinite abundance, knowing that you can generate new opportunities. When you compete, you focus on what others have. When you create, you align with the infinite source, with singular new visions. Each person has a specific gift for creating wealth that, when expressed, not only produces income, but benefits others. In the same way, Florence taught the decree of complete dominion. It was an act of complete power over one's own financial kingdom. The decree was, By my divine authority as heir, the creator of all abundance, I decree that my financial reality transforms now. I command that all invisible forces function to multiply my money perpetually. The difference lies in recognizing that the power to transform is already within you, and upon voicing, the universe responds to obey. Additionally, Florence taught the sacred blueprint of your abundance. The universe needs precise directions. It was about defining how much, how, when, and for what you would receive. Her students dedicated a daily moment to answer, how much money do I want? From what sources? How do I want to sense when receiving it? The more details, the easier for the universe to manifest. The design must be formulated from a consciousness of shared abundance. Keeping this in view, the last step is to sustain prosperous consciousness. Awakening abundance is the first part. Mastery lies in sustaining it. Maintaining requires regular awareness, maintaining the internal state that invokes it. This state is built from gratitude, certainty, and openness to receive. A key principle is to open each day with anticipatory gratitude, not only for what you already have, but for the abundance on its way. When you express gratitude in advance, you give the universe a signal that you've already received. Another practice was to mentally honor all money seen circulating, stopping envy from polluting your vibration. It's worth noting that prosperous giving was essential. It was about supporting causes that expanded abundance in the world. Giving with joy was like sowing in fertile ground. What you give returns multiplied. The key element is to feel that you participate in the universal flow. What you withhold out of fear stagnates. What you give with love multiplies. Another key was to shield your mind, avoiding environments loaded with scarcity, because your consciousness is the attractor of your experience. Florence ended with a powerful reminder. You are not a victim of economic circumstances. You are the architect of your financial reality. Money is your servant and ally. Now reaffirm your commitment by saying, I decree that my prosperity expands perpetually in perfect harmony. I give with joy, receive with gratitude, and maintain the infinite flow of my wealth. If these words resonated, write in the comments, I decree, to seal your commitment. Share this video with someone who needs to remember they are the creator of their reality. Subscribe to the channel and enable the bell, because I will share more principles that can multiply your prosperity. Abundance doesn't come to those who pause, but to those who command.